What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Mixed Martial Idiots podcast. We got Tanner Francisco Dunphy. We got Franklin right there on his lap. We got George Novo. We were talking a little bit about Alexander the Great Big Dork Hernandez getting pulled off the card for suspicious betting activity. Maybe we just start with that so we get it right out of the way. Tanner,
Yeah,
are you
let's do it.
impressed with the response time of that them reaching out to Dana White and then Dana White just pulling him? Because I mean, that makes me feel more confident as a sports bettor and as a fan.
Yes,
So,
one hundred
you
percent.
see this stuff and it just kind of goes through, but not under Dana White. That's why we appreciate the UFC so
It
much.
it was heartbreaking at first, especially not knowing any of the details and everything. And that was a fight I really wanted to see. Even though it's two fighters that are kind of on their way out. It's still, I mean, Michael Johnson, like we talked about last week, has the ability to shut anyone in that division off at any point. Alexander Hernandez is super athletic and gifted in that first round. It would have been a great fight, but exactly what you said. Fight was pulled when we had talked about it last week. Alexander Hernandez was a minus 800 favorite, and then 2 days before the fight, it goes to a minus 110 near even. That's suspicious as fuck. And the FBI is already on the UFC's ass about this stuff, having weird fixed fights already. So I'm sure they called Dana and they said, "Hey, this is going to get you hemmed up." And Dana said, "It's off the card. What are you talking about?" You know, which sucks. We also had another fight canceled. I think Ricky Tercios deserves that new bonus they're giving out, that 25K finish bonus, because he finished the fight before it even started. Cameron Smotherman moving up a weight class and passing out after stepping off the scale. Something had to go drastically wrong in that kid's preparation. If he doesn't have some sort of nutritionist working with him, he needs to. He needs to get checked out. Hopefully, everything is all right within his body, and we can see him fight again. And hopefully, this was just some sort of bad diet plan.
Yeah,
I don't know.
man.
Do you have a take on that?
Yeah, I've
Also,
seen
odd
this.
timing, really quick. Really odd timing, because at the moment he passed out. Bisping was talking shit about fighters missing weight with him in the background. So there's a picture of Bisping while he's talking shit about fighters missing weight, and Cameron Smotherman just falling.
Yeah, I saw that. And he's like, "And Cameron's a professional," and then boom. That's rough. So I've seen this in person. Actually, you met a guy, Brandon Williamson. We've rolled with him.
Yes.
When he was in high school, he was fighting amateur MMA, and his last camp
Yeah,
in
I'm
high
aware.
school,
He
he
fought one of my friends, remember?
right, this after he beat up Seth Sigmund. Shout out Seth, I love you, buddy. Um, he had another camp. Well, his camp was going great. A couple days before the weight cut, he was ahead of schedule, so we were drinking natural ice and eating Pizza King pizza, thinking he was already got the weight cut beat. Well, the day of the weight cut comes and he's passing out in Jay Martin's front yard, because the weight cut caught up to him and started kicking his ass. So it could be anything. You could make one
Yeah.
mistake, like Tanner said. It could be one day of just making a poor choice. And then you go to exert yourself like that, and your body says, "You know what, man, forget it. We're done here." So hopefully Smotherman recovers from it. Brandon Williamson actually made weight the next week, so he recovered from it. But like Tanner said, it could be any small thing.
Yeah, it could have been nothing to do with the weigh-ins, and there could have been some sort of neurological issue. But we pray that that's not the case. We pray that it is something nutrition wise that he can get fixed and get on track. All right, let's talk about, since we already talked about two of the fights that were canceled. Let's talk about how we had the Grasso Namajunas fight where Grasso withdrew and Rose was instead had to face somebody else late minute. And then we had Kayla Harrison, who had to have neck surgery and her bout with Amanda Nunes was canceled / rescheduled. There's been no confirmed rescheduled date yet, as Kayla Harrison just had neck surgery. So we got to see how that goes. We hope she heals up really well, and I pray we get to see that fight, and I pray we get to see Kayla Harrison at her best still. Anytime you have your spine operated on, it's not great, and you run that risk of your spine really messing up. And I hope for her sake that this doesn't derail the rest of her career. Anyways, last Saturday, or this past Saturday, just a few days ago, January 24th, we had UFC 324, Gaethje versus Pimblett, the first fight on Paramount Plus. The first fight that was numbered that we didn't have to pay $80 for, and I don't know how long. I remember when they were $60, and I remember when they bumped up to 80, and thinking, God, I missed the $60. I don't miss the $60 anymore. I'm paying $12 a month for Paramount Plus, and I am so happy. George, you talked about the ads. Man, I'll take the ads. You mean I don't have to spend $80 twice a month? Frank has his two-piece on it. He thinks I'm right. I'm all here for it. And the only thing I will say is I wish that they did it partway, where they did split screen, where half of it was ads and half of it was the fights or the walkouts or whatever it was on the other side. I wish they did that every time they went to the ads. I get it. You got to show your ads. You got to make your revenue stream, but still give us all that stuff we want. I love seeing, the fighters hyped up after the win and walking out and high-fiving everybody out of the crowd, let us still see that. Just have it split screen. You can have all your ads. Just split screen the whole thing. Let me get the full enjoyment, right? All right. So we had 11 fights on this card after our 4 cancellations. Sorry. Frank keeps dropping his toy here. Starting us off, we had Ty Miller beating Adam Fugit at 170 welterweight in round 1 with a big right hook and a knee for a standing TKO. Moving up to 7-0, getting the first of the new bonuses. So I mentioned they upped the bonus. If you get a finish at all, it's $25K. And then the performance of the night bonuses moved up to $100K. So Ty Miller getting the first knockout bonus and $100K. What'd you guys think on that one?
Dude, I thought Adam Fugit did great until the first time he got cracked, and then he couldn't get the hell out of the way of the power. He looked frozen. Ty Miller with that frame and the ability to adapt to different styles, because Adam Fugit was throwing some weird stuff, and Adam Fugit was actually having success early. I picked Adam Fugit because of his wealth of experience, and not every one of these kids that comes in here can be just a world beater, but Ty Miller might actually be just that. He's dangerous, man. I want to see him against like a Chuck Buffalo. That way we can see how tough he is, because Chuck Buffalo is going to be in there the whole time. Great fight. Great way to kick off the Paramount era. Yep. Yeah. Chuck Buffalo.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when these kids come in and they're undefeated, you never know if it's a true just monster or if it's a bit of record padding like we see in boxing all the time. We see it in MMA sometimes. George, what did you think of this fight?
Man, Miller came out there swinging like he owed rent, and Fugit got folded faster than 2-7. Early knockout of the night set the tone for violence, and I loved it.
Yeah, it really did. And then next up, we had big boy bout. We had Josh Hockett coming out and putting it on Denzel Freeman. It was a bit of a weird stoppage, but a stoppage nonetheless. Josh Hockett got a $100K bonus as well. And Denzel Freeman retired after that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You almost have to.
Yeah. I mean, he looked. Denzel Freeman didn't look bad. He looked strong against a very dominant wrestler. He was able to kind of weather some of the storm, eat some of the big shots, and find his way out of some bad positioning against a really skilled grappler. But Hockett was still able to grapple him and control him.
Yeah, Hockett is not a like take you down, lay on top of you type grappler in MMA. He's kind of a put you down, beat you up, let you up, take you down, beat you up, like sap your gas tank. And that's exactly what he did to him in that first 5 minutes. He TKO'd him via disrespect, bro.
Yeah.
He flipped him off.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
He quit MMA. Like for 4 minutes and 45 seconds, Josh Hockett beat the hell out of Denzel Freeman. And it sucks for him, but like I can't stand the character. Okay, I get it. I get what he's trying to do. Some of it's funny, some of it's witty, but it's all copy and paste from Chael Sonnen. And
yeah,
I get it's his new flavor. He's trying to be like the Macho Man Randy Savage. He had his cornerman at his post-fight interview answering questions for him, and he played his little character. Like, whatever, man. Is he good as hell? Yeah. Are we gonna watch him because he's entertaining inside the octagon? Yeah, it was super impressive.
Yeah, it was. Also, Denzel Freeman, to point out, he's not. He's a man of how do I put this? He's tried a lot of things, man. He's not just doing MMA. Before doing MMA, he had a WWE bout. He was a Marine, and I want to think he did something else professional as well. The guy's just out here doing everything, and he can. He's big, athletic. He's 34. He looked older than 34 to me. Retire at 34 and move on to something else. You're clearly skilled, talented, and smart. Why?
Yeah, go get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Hockett, you know who I want to see him face? We have another very skilled wrestler who has heavy hands and is working on coming to the UFC.
Yeah, I called for this.
Give me that.
Gable Stevenson versus Josh Hockett. If Gable Stevenson beats him, he gets a contract.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm all here for that. George, what'd you think of the heavyweights?
Yeah, I called for that too. In one of the fight things we did, I was like, you guys were asking what fights we should make, and I said, give me that. They both want to talk the talk. One of them's going to walk away, one of them's not. And we all win. Basically, Denzel Freeman got finished via middle finger. That's a terrible, unceremonious way to walk out and retire from like you said, a talented but bloated, wannabe, irritating individual. Denzel looked like he ate his spinach like Popeye.
That's a thick boy, dude.
Yeah, dude, he eats his spinach, and he was strong to the finish. Freeman highlight reeled. That was the undercard bro alert, I guess. It feels like he is the embodiment of a really cheesy, like, Slim Jim commercial, but like a copy thereof. Almost like a parody of something that you watch in a movie that's being parodied. Not quite the original.
I'm going to start calling Josh Hockett Nacho Man because he's not Macho Man. But he wants to be.
Fun fact about Josh Hockett, he has a tech fall loss to Bo Nickel in the NCAA tournament.
Really?
Which is not a ton of shade because he was in the fucking tournament. So good on him. But Bo Nickel tech falled him.
Okay. All right. I'm here for it. Give him Bo.
But here's what's up, though. He wrestles in MMA better than Bo. At least he's shown more.
He actually wrestles in MMA.
He actually wrestles, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the first fight. I mean, it felt like a fart. The first fight that broke my heart. At 125, we had Alex Perez knocking out Energy Charles Johnson. Man, dude, I was very hopeful that we would get to see Energy win this and then move on to maybe get his rematch. with Van, but that is not happening
Yeah, or at
after
least
this.
some money fight. Dude,
Yeah.
that was so sad, was it not? Like Charles was grooving off the bat. You know,
Hmm.
he was trying to his little weird footwork. He was landing some big stuff. And Alex
Perez said, "I'm going to try to take your head off."
Perez is like, "Hey, I used to knock people out, so maybe I'm just going to try that again." And to Charles' demise, man, and that was so hard to watch. I love Charles Johnson. I still think that Charles Johnson could be in the elite of that division. I think that he could bounce back from this. It's going to be 3, 4 fights now, not just one to get to the title. Maybe he gets a last minute chance to step in somewhere and prove himself yet again, put himself back up there. But I'm just heartbroken for Charles Johnson. Great job by Perez. He took out a killer.
Yeah. George?
Well, like you said, Perez missed weight seemed to help him, but he didn't miss that chin. He dropped Johnson with a nasty left hook and pounded him into retirement vibes. Rep jumped in before Johnson could say, "I'm good." This is a brutal return to form.
Yeah.
Did you
I
guys
did.
see Energy's double leg though while he was knocked out?
I did. I did.
It was good. Tanner
I
did that once when he was knocked out, just like that.
I will do that every time I get knocked out if I'm still standing. That's what my shut off switch does.
It was beautiful.
I didn't touch on that though. Thank you for bringing that up, George. Perez missed weight by 3.5 pounds, 2.5 if
Damn.
you're counting that 1 pound allowance. Yeah, he
Goodness
weighed in
gracious.
at 128.5. So
That's
for a non-title fight, it's allowed 126, but for title fights, 125, unless you're in Canada.
man, unless you're in Canada, that's hilarious. And or you're holding a towel. And that's twice as disrespectful because
Damn.
Alex Perez is a
So
wrestler by
DC, you
nature.
said that.
So so that's like a double whammy. First, you're a professional. You get paid to make the weight, not for your performance. And you're a wrestler who's been making weight your entire freaking life. That sucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully Charles Johnson got 20% of that purse, right?
He did. Yeah.
Oh, good deal.
He did. And I don't think, man, I wonder if they do it like one championship, which I need to touch on after we get through this real quick. But if you miss weight in one, you don't qualify for any bonuses. So Perez technically would have got the 25K finish bonus that's new, but I wonder if he doesn't get that since he missed weight.
No, if you don't, you're not eligible. It's always been the rule in the UFC. If you don't make weight, then you're not eligible.
I hope it went to Charles Johnson.
Same.
Oh, what's the matter, Bubba? What? Okay. All right. Next up at 205, we had Nikita Krylov getting a massive overhand right, knocking down Modestas Pakakis and getting the finish. I'm going to go make him another bottle because he just killed this one.
Go ahead.
So I will go ahead. Right back, boys.
Yeah. We had Modestas Pakakis getting – so it was the night of a couple buzzer beaters, right? One of them was at the end of a round. This one was at the end of the fight. Krylov kind of sleeps Modestas at the end, but throughout the fight, Modestas didn't quite look like Modestas Pakakis. He looked a little gun shy. Krylov, his durable old game self, George, he just went in there and found a way to get it done. It seems that when he loses, it's just because he gets caught. If you go the full fight with Nikita Krylov, you're probably going to get beat. What do you think, George Novo?
Man, these light heavies went the distance almost. Then Krylov turned it into a murder scene right before the bell. Bukowskis ate those shots, man, like they were appetizers. Modestas was punch struck like he was on Modelo's, not Modestas. Yeah, dude, this is the same thing that we see later on in the card with another fighter, but I don't know how you start slow. Like, how do you get into the fight and then like, oh, this is a 15-minute war. Then in the third round, you turn it on out of nowhere. Like, I don't know. if I was in that guy's shoe and had the skill set and the athleticism to do that, I know I'm not going to want to take, 12, 13 minutes of getting the shit beat out of me, then being like, oh, yeah, I could do that. I got this thing in my hand. Watch this.
Yeah,
Good fight, but it's just like, man.
sometimes that game plan on the other side is just perfectly tailored to match what you're supposed to be doing. That's kind of the case we saw in the next fight here with Atiba Gutierrez versus Andre Puliev. Man, when this fight kicked off, it looked like Gutierrez was just going to get another one of those first round highlight reel knockouts. Andre Puliev, to his credit, came back. I think he won the third round, in my opinion, but that body kick, that high kick to keep Gutierrez honest, and honestly, his ability to slide out of the pocket when the big shot came was really impressive. What did you think about Puliev not getting cleaned out by Atiba Gutierrez?
I think that upset a lot of people's parlays and gambling because he was a heavy, heavy, heavy favorite to win by complete and total murder. Um, yeah, you said it best. What's the best way to take away somebody that's got one shot knockout ability? Not be there at the end of that punch.
I mean that, and take away their fucking leg.
He took away his leg and his gas tank. Puliev in that fight. So this is something that I was saying during the live stream, the Discord channel. Fight companion, guys. We had a great time doing that. So UFC 325 this weekend, any of the fight nights, join us, watch the fights, enjoy the fights with us. But I was saying, Gutierrez is going to watch that fight back with his coaches, and it's going to be a good teaching tool for footwork. Gutierrez would get Andre Puliev to the end of being trapped, and at the last second, he wouldn't cut the cage off because it was that open stance. Even if it's the open stance, guys, when their back is about to hit the fence, you have to take that pivot step and go with them to cut them off. You have to keep your lead foot outside their lead foot. Atiba was letting Puliev dictate the foot position battle. If he cleans that up, then he knocks out Andre Puliev.
Yeah, and man, he has the ability to knock out anybody. Puliev realized it immediately. One shot in, he was like, you know what? I don't like this. That guy hits so hard.
Yeah. Is this tiny Francis Ngannou?
Not really tiny, man. Had to cut weight to 185. That's not a small man.
He's yoked.
Yeah. All right. You guys covered what you wanted to cover on that one?
I believe so. We're on Umar.
Yes. Let's move on to our featured prelim at 135, where Davison Figueiredo, former champion, missing weight, weighing in at 138.5, also missing by 3.5 pounds. Well, 2.5 for standard fight. Yeah. And it didn't really help him. Umar got him. Umar did Umar. What do you guys think?
Umar's kicks are crazy. Like, there's no telegraph, anything like that. He just flips kicks up there out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that kind of froze Figgy. Like, you guys are like, some people will judge Figgy because why won't you go? It's not the same when you get hit with a foot or a shin out of nowhere. Like, if you get hit with a hook out of nowhere, obviously it could knock you out, but you could eat that way better than you could eat someone's foot or shin. Umar kept Figgy at range with those kicks, and his wrestling is really good, right? That is an ultimate weapon against a guy like Figgy. If you can outrange him and then he can't dictate the grappling to you, he normally doesn't do well. So you saw Umar execute a perfect game plan, and we saw Figgy. I don't know if he was unhealthy. I don't know why he missed weight. He is a weight class up now.
This is
from the weight class he was done it. He was a former champion. Yes, sometimes these guys' body compositions change as they get older. He might be doomed to go to 45, and I don't think he does well at 45.
Yeah, I don't know. He's had a hell of a career,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to see him retire yet. he's still got a lot left in him. So, George, what'd you think?
Yeah, this was another notorious slow start for Figueredo, where just doesn't really get anything going until late in the second or late in the third if it's a 5 rounder, and he wouldn't be digging himself out of a hole, and it wouldn't be a unanimous decision if he would have fought like the last minute of the second round or in the third. Granted, to what Will said, it was hard for him to game plan against those kicks that come from anywhere. But I mean, come on, man, you got to go. You can't.
Mhm.
You know, if you're not going to have the volume, then what are they going to look at? They're going to look at octagon control, and they're going to look at the style of the fight and the pacing of it. And when you're just sitting there backpedaling and reacting to what's happening instead of bringing some action, it's going to go that way. Um, Heads up to Umar. I think that guy is starting to become a real problem in that division.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's been a problem. He just struggled when he got the chance against Marab, and Marab is a freak, Um, but we just saw somebody kind of give a little bit of a blueprint on how to beat Marab. So maybe maybe we see Umar go and fight against what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank on him? Peter Yan. But I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think instead we see Sean O'Malley get his rematch with help me out. I'm struggling.
Peter Yan.
Peter Yan. Sorry, I'm fighting a baby and trying to remember names. I already struggle to remember names. I just think we see Sean O'Malley get that rematch long before anybody else because Peter Yan probably wants that win back. Bubba,
He's
you
already
have
referenced it.
Golly, you've ate 9 ounces, man. I don't know what you want.
I've seen that kid. 9 ounces. He's gonna want some more.
He normally eats 7 or 6. He's killing it today. Yeah. I think we see Sean get it if we don't see Marab get his rematch, which I don't know if we will.
Marab got beat up pretty bad by Peter Yan.
Yeah, it was pretty decisive in my eyes. Let's move on to our main card. Jean Silva turning Arnold Allen into a surfboard, getting the unanimous decision at 145. That was a great fight. That was a great fight, guys. I wish John Silva didn't have such a slow start, but I get it. He wants to feel people out. He's a weird man, I like him, but I need more volume out of him because looking for the knockout shot isn't going to do it at the highest level at 145. And he needs to get better at pumping out volume. He needs to start checking kicks too, because Arnold Allen was lighting that leg up. What'd you think on that one?
Man, I thought Firas Zahabi, this being his second chance to beat John Silva with someone, and that student being Arnold Allen for as tough as he is. Yeah, which he did show his toughness. He's tough as fucking nails. I
never doubted that for a second, to be honest.
Yeah. I knew he was going to be in it the whole time. I think John Silva wants so bad to have aura that he just wants that one-shot kill. Yeah. He wants to be the marquee guy. I cannot stand his character either. I would much rather, this is how much I can't stand John Silva's little theatrics. I would much rather watch Josh Hokett post-fight interviews than anything that John Silva does outside of fighting. If they could stick John Silva in the cage and then as soon as the fight's over, get him out of the cage, I would watch
without barking.
Yep. Dancing, crying, screaming, any of that. Let's get that out of there.
He's an emotional man.
It's
He's
too
a hell
much.
of a fighter, though, and I'm here for the fight.
He is.
George, what'd you think about Lord?
Even the name's too much. It's too much.
Well, now that you've triggered our poor man from Arkansas, um, yeah, John Silva, man,
There's
same
only one
thing.
Lord.
Um,
Uh-huh.
he, like we talked about, the aura is gone. You no longer have that impressive undefeated streak. You no longer have that where you're coming in and people are terrified of you. What's that old saying? It's better to have everyone think you a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt. Go back to
Mm.
that. Say less, knock out more. Um, Arnold Allen, man, brought it. Dude brought it. Just like another fight that we watched here. Um, Dudes don't get knocked out easy. Um, my goodness, that man got the wood land on him, and he just kept fighting through it. And
Arnold Allen has a
Arnold
chin, dog.
he was
Yeah.
laying shots too. I mean, this was a razor thin fight over half of it. John just did enough in the third to pull away, but if you took away that third round, I would say Arnold Allen did more to win that, arguably. And then, like we talked about, the whole entire Cowabunga dude off of his back was just unnecessary and stupid. Um,
But funny.
um,
What? But what are you gonna? You're gonna hurt yourself
Yeah,
just
before you hurt him. He's like,
I
yeah.
don't
what?
know.
Just, I mean, to your point, Arnold Allen has such a chin. He's went and fought. I mean, his last, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 fights have been against pretty well known names. Starting out with Gilbert Melendez, Nick Lentz, Super Sadiq, Dan Hooker, Calvin Cater, Max Holloway, Movsar, Giga, and now Jean Silva, and nobody's been able to finish him ever. He has not been finished. The kid's tough, man. He's
Mm.
got a hell of a chin on him.
Looking like a mini Forrest Griffin.
Yeah. Like a tiny English Forrest Griffin.
Somehow less fuzzy.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just a less fuzzy English Forrest Griffin. Let's move on to the fight that I feel like was a robbery here.
Oh,
At 125 in the women's division, Natalia da Silva gets the victory over Thug Rose via unanimous decision. I don't understand it. I don't know what this baby's doing. He rolling.
doing baby
rolling?
stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought Rose won that, man. I can't remember the rounds, but I thought for sure that was Rose's fight. I thought Natalia won one, and one of the rounds was close, but not close enough for me to even really think that it was going to go to Natalia. I don't know. I know you had expressed that you didn't believe that, Will. So tell me your train of thought, because Rose was able to hold her on the ground for one round. Natalia was not able to hold Rose down. Rose was able to get a lot of her strikes off. I don't know. What did you see that I didn't?
I just saw Natalia being hard to find and her being the more effective striker. I thought the stuff that she landed of clean was of more abundance. I thought her footwork was better. I, I just thought Rose. It looked to me like Rose was struggling to figure her out for most of the fight. She had moments in the grappling, but nothing to like. It wasn't anything to. I don't know. I didn't think that she dominated her in that aspect enough to warrant a win. I thought Natalia did enough.
I see. I didn't think it was the grappling. I thought in one round the grappling secured it for Rose, right? Because she took her down. She held her there till the end of the round, right? I thought in the other round, Natalia tried to use her grappling to get that back, and it didn't work. Rose was able to get back up, get to her feet. And I thought Rose was doing a good job rolling with a lot of shots and landing some big shots of her own. Natalia was definitely landing some big shots, but I thought Rose was keeping that pace on her as well. I don't know. George, what did you think?
I feel like Rose got kind of froze by Natalie's movement. It looked like she downloaded the Michael Venom Page sparring DVD and it was skipping, and that's all she learned was the twitch and the step, not to follow it up with the strike.
So
It
many
was
feints to start off.
it was very
I love that.
frustrating from a fan's perspective because you felt like they were going to set up like a karate knockout strike, like something was coming like that, like
They were trying.
via a Lyoto Machida one shot. Like that's what I thought was going to happen, and then it was just kind of like I could dance. Look at my feet. Look at my feet. Look at my feet. Oh, gotcha.
Hey,
So
George, I want to
I
remind
mean,
you, they can dance if they want to, and they can leave their friends behind. All right.
that's true. But yeah, by the fireworks that we got on this card going up, it was a little bit of a letdown. And not to take anything away from these ladies, both highly talented, and Natalia Silva is going to be a problem for her title shot coming up. But
She looked like she was doing the salsa the entire time, for sure.
we said that, for Rose to come back to prominence and get the respect that she deserves, that she would have to put a stamp on this girl going into it. And again, it just got away from her.
Yeah. I don't know. I must be in the minority here, feeling that way. I was online right after the fight, and I saw several people also saying that they felt as though Rose was robbed on that one. But I will say this: after watching the fight, I still would have much rather still seen Rose and Alexa Grasso. Give me that fight still. I'm all in for that fight. I'm here for it. Take my money. All right. Let's move on to a hell of a heavyweight fight. We had Waldo Cortez Acosta knocking out Derek Lewis in round 2 with the most embarrassing knockout loss since Forrest Griffin getting knocked out by Anderson Silva. It was rough. It was Derek just
straight up chinned.
He got chinned and slipped, fell, tried to grab his legs to sit back up, and Waldo said, "I'm just going to slide past your guard then and beat your face in." And that's what he did.
He did. Yeah. Dude, Derek didn't look like he was comfortable at all. The punches he was throwing were wide and loopy, and nothing was set up. He didn't.
I'll tell you what he looked like. All right. Derek looked like a 40-year-old man who's getting up there, getting out of shape, and just has relied too much on his knockout ability in every fight, and ran into an athletic kid who I can't even
so athletic
kid, but ran into an athletic salsa boy, I should say, and man,
Waldo looked like a Terminator, bro. He straight walked him down the entire time. Waldo was not on the back foot one time. He let Derek swing and miss, and he stayed right in his face. Waldo's going to be a problem. Not that he's not already, but I feel like, look at the guy he's beaten already. So he has no fear. He'll go up there and fight anyone. 263 pounds, and he doesn't have a gut. 6'3", 263, and can box like that. Great movement. Waldo's here. He's for real.
Baseball player too.
Right.
So he knows how to wing that fucking arm.
Yeah, he was a pitcher.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it shows in these knockouts that we're seeing of him. And now he's just knocked out the greatest knockout artists. These last 3 have really put him back on track. I mean, he had a unanimous decision loss to Sergey Pavlovich, which, all right, the fucking Russian experiment guy, yeah, fair. Couldn't knock you out, though. That's great. And then he goes in and he beats up Krokop's disciple, Ante Delija.
That was crazy.
After getting his eye gouged out. And then he says, "Hey, guys, I know my eye got gouged out, but I'm good to fight in 3 weeks. And he goes out and he fucking knocks out Shamil Gazov, round 1. And then now we see this a few months later. The guy's on track, man. He's doing everything right. He's ranked number 6 at heavyweight. I think we could be seeing him fighting a top 5 contender very soon, or fighting for an interim belt, maybe, if we don't have anything figured out with Tom. Tom just had another eye surgery. So maybe we see Waldo fight for an interim. Who do you guys want to see him fight? What do you think?
While Pereira fights Jones, let him fight Cyril Gane.
That's what I'm thinking. George?
Yeah, decision or finish. Sources say he got finished by that jab. Big Meat missed the party. And totally give me Gone and Cortez, because Cyril's chin is going to be gone if Waldo connects. And I'm here for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Waldo says, fuck your fancy footwork. Watch this.
He says, I am Salsa Boy. I know all of footwork. All right. Let's move on to our co-main. We got the Sugar Show returning and getting a unanimous decision victory over Song Yadong at 135. He showed the Donger no mercy. All right.
He beat Yadong?
He beat the hell out of the Dong.
He beat Yadong.
Yeah, sure. Man, Song came out hot that first round, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna take his fucking head off. And he tried.
What you're saying is Yadong was on fire.
Yadong was on fire. And typically you got to go to a pharmacy and you got to get some medicine to take care of that. But Sean O'Malley said, I'll just beat the hell out of this thing. And he proceeded to for 2 more rounds. And it worked, man. It worked well. What do you tell us about it?
Man, I thought Yadong did well too, man. He was on fire early. I thought he did enough in the first and second. Sean O'Malley was absolutely on fire in the third. I could have probably seen it either way, but Sean came out on top. Good for him. He looks hesitant, man, and he does a lot of wasted movement now. He made a living showing those different flashes, the stance switch and all that stuff coming up. But these guys at this higher level, you've seen it fail him. You've seen it fail him twice against Marab. It nearly failed him against Peter Yan. The guys are not watching your little feints anymore on the center line. They're just recognizing the fact that you're switching stances, going backwards to look for the same cross every time. So he needs to switch some shit up and give us Corey Sandhagen and Sean O'Malley right the fuck now.
I needed that fight 2 years ago. I needed that fight 3 years ago.
Stop dancing around it.
Give me that fight. I'll go back. I'll pay $80 for it. Give us a pay-per-view now.
Give me that right now.
I want it,
Stop
dude.
playing with my emotions.
But I think we're gonna get Jan O'Malley too. I think we're gonna get that. I genuinely think they're gonna do that. Fuck. I think Jan has his heart set out for it, and I think if we get that, I think then we get to see O'Malley Sandhagen or somebody else. I don't know.
They're going to break our hearts. We're never going to get that fight.
George, tell us what you thought about Yadong.
Man,
that's great.
Co-main got bumped up big time. O'Malley danced, poked, and outpointed Yadong in a striking clinic. Not the most exciting, but Sugar looked like the king that he definitely thinks he is. I feel like, and I said it in the fight companion, that, and even going into it, I think that getting that Georgian blanket on him a couple of fights has really gotten this dude's head. Whenever he got down by Yadong, he was flustered and he kept putting his hands up like, he's not doing anything, stand us up. And I said it. Too. I was like, that's not, Will said it too, it's not his job. And I said it before, you are a championship caliber fighter. You have access to some of the greatest trainers and minds in MMA. You have the money, you have the means. You don't have to stay in America. You can go wherever. You can go to Dagestan if you want and learn from Islam and Khabib. do that shit. If you're tired of being put on your back, then fight with somebody or train with someone that can't get put on their back and learn that. Adapt it into your arsenal. If his anti-grappling got on to level 10 instead of level 4, where you can't get him down, bro, who's going to stand there and stand and bang with him? How many people in that division have the striking like that? That's really the only thing missing. So,
George, I'm going to give you a hint. The answer is in the main event.
But still, just, you know what I mean?
Tim Welch, take Sean O'Malley, go and train with Justin Gaethje, and learn some defensive wrestling. All right, hit up Trevor Whitman and be like, "Yo, we need your boy." All right, because Gaethje's defensive wrestling is second to none. All right. I think I agree. I saw that and I didn't like seeing that. O'Malley, as soon as he was taken down, was just throwing his hands up and looking like, "What the hell? Why are we doing this? I thought we were going to
fight." That was offsetting, off-putting.
Striking.
As a person who enjoys all of him, okay, all right. He flexed on me. As a person who enjoys all of MMA, I like to see the grappling part, and I like to see people get out of the grappling part. Yeah, exactly. If you don't know how to do it, do it. All right, figure it out. Work with somebody that has it. All right, like George said, there's plenty of people, and you have all the money in the world to throw at it. You have all the ability. You can go wherever you want. Go and get some good grappling training, some anti-grappling. Right,
dude. We saw Rose Namajunas try to go to saddle and got herself up from bottom. Like,
yes,
come on, dude.
Yeah,
do something.
Do something.
She tried everything and ended up in almost saddle. You can fucking do it.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our main event. At 155. Justin, the highlight Gaethje. Oh my God, getting it done for America. All right, getting the unanimous decision over 5 rounds over Paddy Pimblett. He gets the title, the interim title, and both these boys just walked away with $100K for fight of the night. So that's nice. In addition to their already agreed to amount. So man, Gaethje was a machine. Gaethje showed zero respect for Paddy. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never felt more proud to be an American than watching that. He said, "You're not going to knock me out with your T hands," as he walked him down and swung at that man. All right. It was absolutely wild to watch. He had zero respect for anything Paddy was, and Paddy was cracking him, man.
Yeah, he was.
He
the
said,
uppercut was beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
Paddy was throwing a dope uppercut to hook combo, and Gaethje was like,
knee.
"No problem.
No, this I eat. Good." Yeah, dude. Zero respect for anything Paddy was throwing his way. It was incredible to see. And then I hated hearing this out of Paddy's corner. All throughout the fight, they were screaming, "You got to take him down. You got to shoot. You got to take him down." It's almost as if they didn't do any research into who Justin Gaethje is at all, because you can't really take that guy down. He's hard to take down. We've said it many a times, but at one point, Justin Gaethje stopped Jordan Burroughs from getting a takedown on him in an official wrestling match.
He didn't get one takedown on him, so he didn't stop just one takedown from Jordan Burroughs.
He
didn't
many.
Get taken down for the entirety of the match.
Yes, which is insane. You want to talk about a crazy blast double, Jordan Burroughs. And they thought Paddy Pimblett, who never wrestled, only jiu-jitsu, was going to take him down. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was crazy last week when you picked Paddy over Gaethje.
Because
especially
I thought
the way you feel about Paddy.
Was going to crack him, and I thought Paddy was going to go down, and Gaethje was going to try to follow him like an idiot. Gaethje did not. Gaethje said, no. I'm going to grab your head and hit you in your shit. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to get him out of there, to be honest. Paddy showed me another level of toughness. Even Gaethje at the end of the fight said, I guess Scousers don't get knocked out.
Yeah, dude. Sorcerers have hell of a chin.
Sorcerers, yeah. So it was a great fight.
The
Again,
Mike
a
Perry that
great
said that.
way, a great way to ring in the Paramount era. Super fun fight.
It was a hell of a fight. So much fun to watch. I've watched it over and over again, and uh, I think that this did nothing to Patty's stock.
No,
I saw, obviously Armin Sarukian was talking mad shit. Ilya Taporia was talking mad shit. They're both calling Patty a sausage, uh, which is hilarious because that's what he called them. Yeah, but
they're not witty at all. At
no,
least Patty's funny, dude.
yeah,
Bounce
I
the
think
hand
it.
sanitizer bottle off your forehead.
I think it did nothing for Patty's stock. I think he's just young, and I think we'll see Patty bounce back from this. I think he needs to work on some offensive wrestling, and I think he needs to work his boxing. His boxing needs to get crisper. He still throws wild arm punches.
He's a fucking find a place for that chin that's not straight in the
Yeah,
air is what he
you mean
needs
tuck
to do.
back?
Like somewhere other
He's
than
got
straight up in the air.
It's that he's
fine.
got forward head posture so bad. So they did the tail of the tape, and Patty has a 3-inch reach advantage, but he loses that
-4.
three. Yeah, he loses that with how far forward he sticks his head from his body. I'm not even. I wish that was a joke, but he sticks his head out further than 3 inches, so he loses that reach advantage by sticking his shit way out. He's got to work on some posture, man. That's so bad. It's rough. I don't know. Tell us about it, Will.
Oh yeah, it's up to George now. I already
Oh yes.
spoke my piece.
Well, this was interim UFC lightweight title. Holy hell. This was a scorcher. Gagey, the human highlight reel at 37 years old, turned the clock back one more time and went full blown chaos mode and outwarred the baddie over 5 rounds of absolute madness. They threw like 650 strikes combined. Pimblett talked trash pre fight, but Gagey's pressure and bombs kept him guessing. Patty survived, man. And to your credit, whenever Homeboy called him a sorcerer, Hagrid entered the chat. You're a sorcerer, Patty. What can I say, dude? Like he, the crowd. He had so many fans there. I mean, I don't. I haven't seen anyone as of late be a fan favorite like that. Like, I mean, that's like Alex Pereira level fandom that he's got. It's crazy. And he's young. He's got time to round out that game. His like you said, he works on those holes in his game. Holy shit, dude! The sky's the limit for Patty. With a chin like that, good lord. I know I wouldn't have been able to walk through that. I would have went down from one of them bombs. Jeez, that dude was throwing sledgehammers.
For sure.
Man, and all the post fight stuff that you talked about. This fight slapped. Gaethje now wants to unify with Ilya whenever that extortion drama clears up. If you're breaking this down, man, on your pod, man, you guys drop us a hot take on it. Let us know. Let us know who you want to see, who you think is deserving of the next fight, or someone that needs to get that ego checked. That's what we're in it for. We're in it to recap this and interact with you guys. We want to know what the fans think. Because, you might have a point of view that we don't even think about. And we could be like, oh my God, how do we not see that fight make? Wow, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was not just Patty's chin. I feel like we made it a point to just say Patty won some moral victory because he's tough as nails. Patty was diverse in his striking. Like we talked about, the uppercut was nasty. He landed some big knees on Gaethje as Gaethje was ducking his head into some overhands. He had some good shining moments, and he didn't just go lay down. He threw against the fence even when he was hurt. So, like to Tanner's point, his stock only went up after this fight.
Yeah, and we saw. I mean, that was Gaethje of the old. We saw the old school Gaethje, where there was just reckless abandonment, didn't care what was coming his way. I'm going to walk forward. And the whole time you could hear Trevor Whitman in the background, champions walk forward, champions walk forward. Anytime he would take a step backwards. And I think he programmed Justin Gaethje to just go forward. And it worked perfectly, man. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that is going to work out the same against Ilya. Ilya's boxing is way better than Patty. He actually has boxing.
And
Patty just, Patty wings him, man. Patty's got hammers. He's been in plenty of fights. He wings them, all right? If you've seen his knuckles, you know the man has just swung and hit, all right?
I think the thing that why we were so impressed by his chin is because he hasn't really fought like that in the UFC yet.
No.
Almost all of his wins have been by, submission or by grappling. So there was a lot of the people that were thinking maybe that he's kind of a one-trick pony. If you get him standing up, you don't let him go to the ground, he could be knocked out. He probably doesn't have a chin. He doesn't have a stand-up. So that's why it was probably so impressive. You're like, oh, damn. He is a little bit more of a complete fighter than you thought. He's not just a one-trick pony.
His boxing is just a little sloppy for the top, and his offensive wrestling isn't as elite as it would need to be. He needs to be able to get them down and not have to pull guard or whatever, and that's a problem for him.
We love Molly McCann, but that's probably not a good person to constantly train with.
Yeah. I don't know. But that was UFC 324, Gaethje versus Pimlet. Real quick, since we mentioned it, I want to touch on it. This past Friday.
You mentioned it.
No. I did not. Somebody say it. It's not me. I don't know. One championship happened this past Friday, and on the card was
Song Yadong's brother.
Yes. On the card was grappling ace Helena Kravar.
Queen Yadong.
Helena, the young fighter out of Kingsway, John Donaher's gym, got it done very fast in a minute and 40 seconds with the Kavaka lock. It looked like her opponent had no clue what she was doing. She tried to knee bar her without the knee line and was really trying on it. And then Helena was like, "Oh, you're garbage at this," and just snatched her shit. So nasty, nice little ankle lock. And
that's a hardcore one too. The Kavaka lock is Howie.
Yeah, the person she faced, this was her first submission grappling match, as far as I know, but she was a phenomenal wrestler, and that translates very well. But obviously not when it comes to playing footsie. So that's what I go for. On.
If I get with an elite wrestler in a round, I'm not trying to get to mount. That's probably not going to happen. I'm going to some weird ass leg lock that guy's never seen before and keeping his weight off me.
Yeah, I don't want him to touch me.
No.
I want to get all the way to his feet and tickle him. We do have another women's bout for one scheduled for 2 weeks out. That's going to be a good one. Jackie Bonton and Stella Metzberger. They're fighting for the one flyweight championship. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else one-wise that I would like to cover. But there is some UFC shit that I would love to cover. So let's jump into that. Next weekend,
2 numbered cards back to
weekend,
back.
As I should say, this weekend, we have UFC 325, Volkanovski versus Lopez 2, the fight that nobody asked for, but we are all happy we got. It's taking place in Sydney, Australia. So we've got a 5 p.m. Eastern time start for the prelims. I think the main is going to start at 9 p.m. again.
I love that. Yeah, it's like before midnight, and the the last fighters walking. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah, that was
Dude,
great.
when they're walking at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll tell you right now, I'd rather go to bed and just rewatch it the next day. It
Yeah.
is so terrible. So to have them start the main card an hour early, Daddy likes it.
Yeah, bro. You guys want to see my impression of what happened whenever Islam fought that late? That was me. That whole fight. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. Oh shit. That was that whole fight for me. So late. Yep. Thank you, Bruce, for waking me up.
And no, Jesus.
All right.
You're muted there, Dan. Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. So, yeah, man, I was falling asleep all the time during that shit, and I hated it. But didn't have that problem with this one. That was nice, and I hope it continues for me. Let's jump into 325 real quick. We have a few fights that have fallen off. We've got Jimmy Crute versus Dustin Jacoby falling off. Jimmy Crute ruptured his
Heartbreak.
ACL, which sucks.
Heartbreak.
Yes. And then we have Sergey Spivak was supposed to fight Ante Delija. That bout has been rescheduled. And then we had Quinlan Salakad was supposed to fight Rong Zhu. But Rong Zhu withdrew from the fight.
We got an even better fight, I think.
Yeah, I was
with
about
his
to say
replacement.
we got a
Maybe
replacement for that one. Thankfully, we didn't on
Now-
any of the other ones. But
That guy's not to the skill level of Rongju, probably not in the striking.
Yeah.
But he's a big step up in the toughness. So that's gonna be a fun fight.
oh man, it is. It is. I just every time I think of Rongju, I think of Rongju beating the brakes off of Cody Steele.
They beat the brakes off of each other.
Yes, but Rongju got the way better of that one.
Yeah, Cody's like, I'm not gonna do any jujitsu. Never mind my 80cc level jujitsu. I'm just gonna stand on the UFC logo and throw fucking
I
hammers.
respect the shit out of it, though.
Me
I
too.
respect
That
it
was
so much.
That was awesome.
All right. So we've got a bunch of road to the UFC bouts that are going to go on this card that are tournament style. And they're not, it's weird. They're not counting towards their professional record. Is that what I'm understanding with it?
I don't understand. Yeah. So I'm cool with us just starting off with like the Con Offley fight because of that.
Yeah. I would like to just like go over them real quick so people know names, but I'm not going to give any
honestly
prediction on
am a
these.
massive MMA fan, and I only recognize a couple of these guys, like Aaron Towell. The UFC has tried to get that guy in on the Contender Series like 2 times. I think he's lost both times. So I'm not sure what they're doing with it. I know they want to have Australia in their pocket. That's why they keep doing the Volk stuff. And, you know, they're pushing those athletes. Like this card, every single fight, aside from Houfi and Fazeev, has an Australian in it.
Yeah, that checks out. They're in Australia.
When
you go to the land down under, also the starting fight, Con Offley.
It's going to be a fun card because it's just like if it's in Mexico and there's a bunch of Mexican fighters on the card.
Yeah,
that's going to be the shit.
Yeah,
the Australians fucking show up and they get after it.
Yeah, for their people, they're like, I'll die for you. I'll die for all you fans right here.
There's going to be shoeies going on.
There's going to be a lot of shoeies.
It's going to be a great night.
We're going to need a tetanus shot after watching it.
You know, before we even start picking this, I'm going to get the jinx out of the way. Every time they go to Australia, the Australian gets beat up. Izzy Strickland, Volk Islam. I mean,
all right. Let me run through these road to the UFC bouts. It's going to be like pronouncing a one fight. We have Namsarai Batabyar taking on Aaron Tao at 125.
Yeah,
We
rough.
have Sulangrong Bo taking on Lawrence Liu at 135. We have Sebastian Saleh
Sure, bud.
taking on Kichiro Nakamura. And that was 145. We have Dom Mar Fan taking on Song Uk Kim at 155. So we got tournament finales for 125, 135, 145, and 155. And then our first real UFC bout will be Con Offley taking on Yiza at 145. Where'd George go? He left us.
He do that.
I'm here.
He comes and goes.
We've seen a little bit out of both of these guys, but not a whole lot. Yiza, the last time we saw him out, he took out poor Weston Wilson really quick with a straight right and a follow-up left hook with 37 seconds into the round. And then we got Con Offley, who doesn't have the same experience level as Yiza, but we've seen him do some great things. We got to watch him on The Ultimate Fighter season 32. We saw him lose pretty roughly to Myron Santos, and then a decision loss to Muhammad Naimov, and then a standing rear naked choke over Ricardo Ramos. Part of me wants to go with the experience here in Yiza, who's 26-5 over Con Offley, who is 12-4-1. I think I'm gonna stick with my guns on that one and go with the more experienced pro fighter in this one. Go Yiza.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Yiza is more dynamic. His striking's a little better. He can outperform Con Offley in a lot of situations on that feet. Con Offley has a tendency to get caught. If he gets to the grappling, he does extremely well. Oftentimes, he finishes the guy, but he's going to run into a situation like Patty ran into with Gaethje, where his offensive wrestling doesn't match up to the caliber of his offensive jiu-jitsu. So he's going to struggle to get Yiza down, and I think he's going to get just beat up over 3 rounds.
Not to mention, Yiza has 14 wins by submission, so he is really good in that grappling department himself.
Absolutely.
And he has
savvy.
absolute shut-off power, as we've seen, like I said, with Weston Wilson. George?
Offley by decision. Home crowd magic edges it.
Ooh, that's
he ain't home crowd. That's Genghis Khan Offley, all right? That man's from Turkey.
He's from fucking Australia.
He runs the Turkey flag. He's fighting out of Australia, but he's from. Oh no, he was born in Australia. Why does he run the Turkey flag?
It's not. I'm looking at an Australian flag on this profile, but
ha! You played yourself. Another
Tapology has a Turkish flag, and his nickname is Genghis, or Genghis, I should say. I don't know.
Anyway,
all right. How dare Tapology get me again? They keep doing it. All right. Next up at 170, we have Jonathan Mikalev.
Yeah, make it on the side. I'll get it after I'm done here.
Oban Elliott. I'm going Elliott all the way on this one. The Welsh gangster.
I love the Welsh gangster. I think his striking's not up to par with Jonathan Metcalf's striking or his power. I think Con Offley's gonna. I think Jonathan's gonna touch him up. I don't think Oban's gonna be able to get him down. If Oban can throw him to the floor, it's a wrap. It won't even be close. But the problem is, Jonathan is wrestling savvy. He may not have like the jiu-jitsu prowess that Oban Elliott has, but he can handle himself in wrestling exchanges. For as long as this fight lasts, it's going to be super fun. I'm going Jonathan Metcalf.
Um, is this
There's no
the?
T. That's not Metcalf, by the way.
Mikalev.
Mikalev. Mikalev.
Mikalev.
Yeah, something like
Jonathan.
that. I
I'm
don't know.
going Jonathan.
Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan. George?
I don't have that one for some reason. I've got Kichiro Nakamura and Sebastian Zale.
Yes, sir. Good
What?
job.
Yeah. Don't think that's
Oh,
right.
that's part of the road to the UFC bout, bud.
Okay.
Yeah, we're up on the early prelims. Last fight of the early prelims. Obon Elliott and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm going Jonathan. McAuliffe?
That's better than I was doing.
I don't know.
This
know.
is the battle of the ascent. Someone's getting
Yeah,
lost
I
in
got
translation, much like we are.
Bing.
I say Elliot TKO by round 3. Underdog bites back.
You going Elliott?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have a bout at middleweight 185. Jacob Malkoon taking on the undefeated and boring Torres Finney. It's just, how you gonna be built like that and not destroy? I really want Malkoon to win. All right. I'm gonna preface by saying that. But Malkoon has no fucking ground game. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
So Torres Finney by smother. And hopefully we see a finish out of Torres.
Yeah. No, exact same. I can't stand Torres Finney, but Jacob Malkoon has absolutely asked for wrestling.
By the way,
we
Torres
see-
Finney is the underdog currently.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy to me. Torres Finney's going to come in there, body lock him, try to throw him on his face, and hold him in side control for 15 minutes. If Jacob Malkoon could put one on his chin beforehand, then maybe he can get it done. But I'm going Torres Finney for, just like you said, 15 minutes of titty time.
Smother. Yes.
Yep.
A little leche de padre.
A little leche de padre.
George?
Malkoon
The milk
sounds
of the
like
father.
a villain from a bad action flick. Time to choke out the hero. I say Malkoon gets him. I think that he's been in the garage, been in the camp, and been practicing jujitsu and subbing big wrestling dudes off your back, and he catches that big neck with arms and a tab. Round
What
2.
neck?
Yeah. He's got
Torres Finney goes ear to shoulder. There is no neck.
It's a big neck with arms. It's just interrupted by a jaw and shoulders.
Ah.
It's in there. It's in there.
It's not there. I haven't
It's
seen
in
it.
there.
I've been looking for it. That boy has
Anything
no
below
neck.
the nose is the neck.
That's
Chow
true.
there.
It's below the eyebrows, by the way.
Anything
the
below the
nose
eyebrows.
crushes. All right.
Nice.
Moving on to a more exciting 185 bout. We have Cam Rouston taking on Cody Brundage. This is a fun one. Cody Brundage on a bit of a rough one. Let's see. I think I want to go. I'm going Cam. I'm going Cam Rouston. Cody Brundage lost to dumbass Cedricus.
Cody Brundage is also coming down from 205.
Oh, no.
And he didn't carry 205 very well.
No, he weighed in at 202 his last fight.
Yeah. And Cam Rouston is a massive dude. Also, Cam Rouston trains at City Kickboxing.
Yeah, that's it.
And
the battle
Cody
giraffe.
Brundage, yeah. Cody Brundage has a tendency to get himself caught. So, yeah, Cam Rouston, I think, finishes Cody Brundage in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go America F. Yeah, all over Cody Brundage.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out dinner real quick, guys.
That's no problem.
All right, moving on to our featured prelim bout.
Will's favorite fighter.
Yes, Will's favorite fighter, Junior Tafa, with his 2-4 record, taking on Billy Elkanah. And I'm going Billy Elkanah.
I'm gonna do it to myself and pick Junior Tafa.
You fucking
I don't
idiot.
think Billy Elkanah is gonna be able to get.
You mean you don't think the son of Susie's gonna get it done?
No, I don't think so. I think Junior Tafa sleeps him.
Bold move, Cotton. George?
I'm gonna give it to Tafa against better judgment. It just being Australia.
You guys are fools. All right. Billy Elkanah once beat Brian Battle. Okay.
Did Brian Battle make weight during that one?
He did. He did indeed. It was at 205 though. So, all right. Let's move on to our first main card fight. I'm geeked for it. We talked about it earlier. We got Quinlan Salakad taking on Jamie Malarkey. Malarkey is a dog, man, and he's a plus 500 underdog on this one. And I get it. Quinlan is a fucking murderer. So it makes sense. That last fight won me over. That knockout over Nasrat. Yeah, I'm going Quinlan. Dude, but I think Jamie's going to give him a run for his money more than he expects.
The reason I like Quinlan so much is he's not like one of these guys that is just like a one-trick pony. He's not just a knockout artist. He's got really good grappling, and he's beaten some really good grapplers already in the UFC. So he's not just a flash in the pan. Jamie Malarkey has really good wrestling. So that's going to be fun there. I think it's going to cancel itself out, the grappling scenarios. So we're going to see a very tough, very game Jamie Malarkey with big power and a good chin against Quinlan Salakad, who's a very creative striker, very explosive and powerful striker, and who's tough himself. So we get to see Quinlan tested by a legit tough veteran, and we all win. I'm going Quinlan.
Yeah, I think Jamie has the ability to hit him hard and disrupt his game plan, but I don't think he can shut Quinlan off. I think Quinlan will get it done. George?
Yeah, all Aussie affair. Salakad's rising star versus Malarkey's tough vet status. This is like two mates fighting over the last Tim Tam, brutal but brotherly. I say Salakad by decision. East goes.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be decision, though. I don't see this one making it all 3 rounds. I see this one stopping in under 5. I think both these boys are going to come out hard and heavy, and we're going to see a fucking awesome first round until it ends.
Yeah, maybe. It's going to be a fucking burner.
I think we're going to see that. Look, this is the only fight where we have 2 Australian guys going up against each other.
If you look at,
they're going to burn the house down, all right?
If you look at the picture on the official UFC website, Malarkey looks like every stereotypical European person they ever put in a major film, and Quinlan looks like a porn star. It looks like a John Holmes impersonator. This is going to be great.
Johnny Sins got himself a new job. What are you talking about?
Dude.
The man of many jobs.
That totally fucked up my train of thought. I had something to say. Do yourself a favor, and if you're not following Quinlan Salakad on social media, you should. He is fucking hilarious.
Yes. All right. So, excuse me. Next up, we have. I think it's going to be a fun one. We got a heavyweight battle, and I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know, but I'm here for it. All I know is Tai Tuivasa is facing Taliesin Teixeira at heavyweight. Look, my brain wants to say Talison's going to get this one done, but we might see a shoey at the end of the night. Who knows? All right. Taliesin, I want to see how he bounces back from that Derek Lewis loss, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think that loss was that – I don't think he wasn't out. And I don't know. I'm going Taliesin.
Yeah. I think Talison's going to get it done. But Tai Tuivasa, like you said, he's always a wild card. If Tai puts one on your chin, it's over. It doesn't matter who the hell you are. Smart money's going Taliesin Teixeira, but my heart is with Tai Tuivasa. And if Tai Tuivasa gets it done, you will see me do a shoey on the Discord. But you got to watch the Discord. You got to watch the fight companion. If Tai Tuivasa knocks out Taliesin Teixeira, you will see Coach Will on the fight companion do a shoey.
And Coach Dunphy, I'm going to have to. If you do it, I have to do it. I don't want to drink out of a shoe.
I'm drinking out of one of Cassie's shoes.
Yeah, I'll drink out of one of Lacey's shoes. Make me feel a little better about it.
Yeah.
But this is win or go home for Tai Tuivasa, man. He's on a 5-fight skid. All right, so this is really it. He lost to Cyril Gane by TKO. He lost to Sergey Pavlovich by TKO. Volkov got him with a Ezekiel choke. Tabura rear naked, and then a split to the criminal Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Sorry, I had to throw that one in there.
Jesus.
He just got arrested.
We don't know about.
Look, he just got arrested for it was a fancy way of saying kidnapping.
Shit.
Fucking wild. Yeah. It was like it wasn't even like criminal confinement or something like that. It was like a really fancy way of saying kidnapping. It's fucked up in Florida.
Damn.
So yeah. Also, he's not even a U.S. citizen, so they deporting his ass.
Jeez. All right, George, Tuivasa, Teixeira.
There ain't no way I'm drinking out of no damn shit regardless of what happens. But I'm taking Tuivasa first round KO.
All right. Well, you got to do a shoey if Taliesin wins then.
No.
We're doing shoeys if Tai wins.
I don't have to do nothing. I'm a strong, independent black woman, and I don't need no man, and I don't need you to tell me what the fuck I'm be doing.
That's fair. All right. You know what I'm going to be doing?
Running past that.
Yeah, 100%. And screaming my fucking head off during this next bout. Holy shit. The MMA gods blessed us. They did it again. At 155, we have two back-to-back bangers. We have Rafael Fiziev taking on Mauricio Rufy, or Santos. If you collect UFC cards, he goes by Mauricio Santos on those, which is weird.
It's weird. Yeah.
I'm going Rufy. And I think we're going to see some fun shit out of him. Maybe we see Kane Basame, a little flying scissor takedown that blows out Rafael Fiziev's whole shit.
Other knee?
Yeah.
I think Fiziev is going to put on an MMA masterclass, and I think he's going to outstrike Hoofy, and I think we're going to see Fiziev, whatever. I think we're going to see him implement some grappling. He's been in there with the highest levels of the game, and he's come up short in some big fights. I just think that right now he's going to put himself in the upper echelon after he beats Hoofy.
I can absolutely see Fiziev going out and just putting on an MMA clinic, but I don't know. George, what do you think?
Hoofy has been training with the City Kickboxing boys. I'm sorry, not City Kickboxing. I always forget that there's the freestyle fight team that Volk trains at.
No, he was training with City Kickboxing too, because he was
he trains
Izzy.
with. He does train with them, but primarily he's been with Joe Lopez and Volk for Volk's whole camp.
Okay. George,
so he might come out and do something crazy.
What you got? You got Hoofy or you got Fiziev?
Since we're doing the whole entire RH thing, we're going to say that Hoofy is going to lose to Rafael. I think Fizie's
Hey.
kicks could fell a tree. Hoofy better not branch out. Fiziev by TKO round 2. Legwork be crippling.
I'm just gonna pronounce Fizev different every single time.
Fizef.
All right, Vaz.
Rafael. Okay.
Next up, another 155er. We got another banger. We got Dan Hooker taking on Benoit Saint Denis in the co-main. That's gonna be a crazy one. Benoit Saint Denis has a hell of a chin. It's hard to even sit that guy down. Dustin Poirier did it, and that's it.
He punches so hard though.
Hanato got a TKO over him, but that was because his eye was fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see BSD fucking crank the shit out of Hoofy's face and him quit. Dan Hooker doesn't have the grappling pedigree that Benoit Saint Denis does, but you know what Dan Hooker does have?
Hammers.
0 fucks. He has 0 fucks to give. He just wants to go out there and he wants to put his fists in people's faces. That's it. And I am here for that. All right. I pray Dan Hooker has been working on that grappling defense, especially after just recently getting choked out by Arman Sarukian. If that is the case, I think we see a classic Dan Hooker fight where we see a fucking brawl and you see Dan edging it out. That's not the case, I think we see George heard edging and was suddenly interested. If that's not the case, I think we see Benoit Saint Denis grapple fuck him.
Yeah, but I think it's far more likely that we see Benoit do that. As much as I want to see Hooker light the arena on fire and sleep BSD, I think Benoit.
My heart says Hooker. My brain says BSD grapple.
That's right. Same.
George?
This is violence. It's porn, blood, sweat, and probably a doctor's stoppage.
Did you say
Hooker
porn?
by decision. Kiwi cardio outlasts the French Fury in a barn burner.
I got you all hyped up with that edging talk. Golly.
You're the one that always calls me out whenever I say it, whenever I'm breaking down a fight. So I flipped it on you. And I was not excited about edging. I was excited about Dan Hooker being an Irish car bomb with trunks.
Australian car bomb.
Australian car bomb. He is a car bomb, period. He is a ticking time bomb is what he is. Mm-hmm. That man is a problem. All right. Let's move on to our main event. Hold on just a second. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Our main event, we have the rematch. Alexander the Great Volkanovski taking on Lacey's favorite fighter, Diego Lopez, at 145 for the strap. Do you guys think we see a repeat? Do you think we see a finish? Do you think we see Diego come and actually be able to clean his fucking head off his shoulders like he wants to? Do we see a calm Diego? What do you guys think we see?
Man, I can't tell you which Diego we're going to see, but I hope we don't see the Diego again that chooses not to grapple. I hope we don't see Diego Lopez trying to step on Volk's toes and throw bombs for 25 minutes. As fun as it was, he hurt Volk. It's just like we're talking about with the Atiba Gutier. It's just an issue of footwork and cage control. If he gets that down or he can figure out how to fuck up Volk's timing by working in the grappling, working in the clinch. His jiu-jitsu is so much better than Volkanovski's. I know Craig Jones is in the corner. I know he's been training a lot with Craig, and Alexander Volkanovski has really good jiu-jitsu now, but Diego Lopez been on that jiu-jitsu stuff. It's just so effortless for him, and it'd be a shame if he doesn't bring it out in this fight. If we don't see a grappling Diego Lopez, then it's and still. But if we see a Diego Lopez that goes out there and engages in every aspect of MMA, I think we get and new boys. But I think the only weakness in Diego Lopez's game plan is in his corner with Francisco Grasso. They've shown to have terrible game plans in their fights. I think that if they were with like a Trevor Whitman, something like that, it would be much better for him. So I think where Diego Lopez has every tool to win, it's going to be a game plan issue unless he catches Volkanovski. So I'm
So
going Volk and still.
he has he's now not full time at Lobo Gym.
Okay.
He is doing striking with them and teaching their jiu-jitsu, but he's primarily with Legacy MMA and the Brazilian Warriors in Mexico, which they don't have any super known fighters out of there, but they have some good fighters out of there. So it'll be nice to see how this kind of works with him. I don't know. I hope you're right. I hope we see a not so anxious to clean his head off and a more grapple infused, not focused. I don't want to see a grapple focused match from him because he does have fucking hands. Why leave that
Yes.
at home, you know?
Yes.
I want to see a more enhanced grappling game out of him in this fight. And then throw those hands in once you start mixing that grappling in and get him worried about the takedown, worried about getting smothered on the ground. Then we're going to drop those nukes on his face.
Yes.
If we don't see that, we see Volk running away with it again.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, and it's not just even to the ground aspect. Diego Lopez has a nasty clinch game on the feet altogether. So he just needs to get a hold of Volk and make it a nasty physical fight.
Also, it should be noted that we're getting this bout 9 months after the original, which is a coincidence because my baby is 9 months old. I think, unfortunately, I think we're going to see more of the same. I don't know if a year was long enough to get that into Lopez's head that he needs to grapple to mix in with that striking and not just try to take Volk's head off. But I would like to see it. So I'm going Volk on this one. I would like to see Lopez get it done though.
Man, I say Volk by unanimous decision, retains the belt, cements that legend status, and either tees up the next of very few mega fights he has left, or maybe he rides off into the sunset, chills on the beach, and cooks some bomb ass food.
Yeah. What do you guys think if we see a finish real quick? If we see a finish from Diego Lopez, do we run a third?
No.
Like, say Diego comes out and he fucking starches him.
No, I think if that happens, then Volk retires. I think
right.
anything other than Volk beating up Diego Lopez and retaining in dominant fashion, then we see Volk retire. I think if it's so close, like razor's thin, and Volk is beat up at the end of it but still wins, I think he retires. So I don't know. If Diego comes out and starches him, that's it. It's the Diego Lopez show after that.
Yeah, I agree. Who would you like to see Diego fight then if he comes out?
Evloev. You
got to get that one back, yeah.
Well, no, it's still not a straight meritocracy if that motherfucker never gets a chance. And even though I can't stand Movzar, he's got to be able to fucking fight for the belt because what the fuck do the rankings matter if not?
Yeah, also when you're undefeated 18-0, you beat, I mean,
everyone.
He beat Danny Gay. He beat Diego Lopez. He beat Arnold Allen. He beat Aljamain Sterling. What more do you want from that guy?
They tried to give him people to beat him. That was the whole thing with the Aljo fight. They wanted Aljo to go in there and beat him. That's how much they shit on him because Aljamain Sterling, the most shit on bantamweight champion of all time, was supposed to play spoiler and go beat Movzar Evloev at featherweight so he could take them both out of title contention. So it's Movzar, and it has to be Movzar.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I agree. I'm all in on that one. I'm here for it. George, what do you think?
Yeah, give him that.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else I can think of that I would like to cover. Do you guys have anything?
Yeah, we're gonna run that Discord back, that live fight companion back this
Yes,
Saturday
Fight
on
Companion.
UFC 325. Guys, if you want to watch the fights with us, join us. We're doing live commentary during the fights, live reactions, and it's much more relaxed than the show. It's really chill. We're just hanging out, just a bunch of bros hanging out watching the fights. So, would love to see you guys there.
And we're just doing the main card, correct?
That's right, just the main card,
which starts at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yes. I will have a seminar this weekend, but it should be done long before then. And I will probably be munching on brisket bites. So
that's beautiful.
I've heard you guys are looking at having a little something on Sunday. A little birdie told me that you might have a
little
clinic.
John Fitch.
A little clinic, yes, on Sunday.
Little MMA John Fitch clinic, something like that. If you
A little
guys are
something.
in the Lafayette area and you want to come learn MMA from, I don't know,
one of the greatest,
John Fitch, fought GSP for the belt.
Won several other belts, world titles. No big deal.
Come on down to Rhino's gym and learn from the man. Hit me up. I'll get you in touch.
Yes. All right. Well, good show. See you guys this weekend.
All right. Hey, see you guys this weekend. And remember, if you're a rat in Arc Raiders, your parents don't love you.
I said good day.